A cold morning. Long before cities. Long before writing. Long before mirrors. A woman kneels beside a river. The water is still enough to reflect her face, but she is not looking at herself. She snaps a thin twig from a nearby shrub and begins chewing one end until the fibers separate into soft strands. Then she rubs it slowly against her teeth. No toothpaste. No toothbrush. Just a stick. Most people imagine ancient humans as dirty. Rotting teeth. Bad breath. Constant pain. That seems obvious. It is also, in many cases, wrong. Because the story of human teeth is stranger than most people realize. And it begins with a mystery. When archaeologists started examining ancient human skeletons, they expected to find mouths devastated by disease. Instead, they found something unexpected. Many hunter-gatherers had remarkably healthy teeth. Not perfect, not immune to wear, but often healthier than the teeth of people living thousands of years later. Something wasn't adding up. Today, billions of people brush their teeth every morning and every night. Entire aisles of supermarkets are devoted to oral hygiene. Toothpaste, mouthwash, whitening strips, electric brushes, floss. Yet ancient humans survived for hundreds of thousands of years without any of it. How? The answer forces us to rethink what a healthy mouth actually is, because brushing was never the whole story. Food came first. Imagine a human living 50,000 years ago. No soda, no candy, no processed carbohydrates, no hidden sugars, no sweetened drinks. Every meal demanded effort. Roots had to be dug from hard ground. Meat had to be hunted. Nuts had to be cracked. Wild plants were often tough and fibrous. Every bite became work, and that work changed the mouth itself. Researchers studying ancient skulls noticed something strange. The teeth were often heavily worn, far more worn than modern teeth. At first glance, that sounds unhealthy, but the wear was not necessarily a sign of disease. It was evidence of a life spent chewing materials that modern humans rarely encounter. The teeth became tools. Every meal acted almost like a natural cleaning process, scraping surfaces and preventing some of the buildup that fuels cavities. The mouths were rougher, but often cleaner. The common assumption is that cavities are a natural part of being human. That is not what the evidence suggests. For most of human existence, cavities appear to have been relatively uncommon. Then something changed. Around 12,000 years ago, agriculture began spreading across parts of the world. At first, it seemed like a triumph. More food, larger populations, permanent settlements, civilization. But hidden inside this revolution was an invisible biological cost. Grains became dietary staples. Carbohydrates became abundant. Sticky foods became common. And the bacteria living inside human mouths suddenly found themselves surrounded by a feast. Archaeologists noticed a pattern appearing again and again. As farming spread, tooth decay increased. The very innovation that helped build cities was quietly damaging human mouths. Civilization was creating a new kind of problem, and humans responded the same way they often do. They improvised. Thousands of years before plastic toothbrushes existed, people across the world developed surprisingly sophisticated methods for cleaning their teeth. In ancient Egypt, people created abrasive powders from crushed minerals, ash, eggshells, and other materials. In parts of Asia, chewing sticks became common. In the Middle East, a particular plant known today as the miswak gained a remarkable reputation. People chewed one end until it formed natural bristles and then used it to clean their teeth. Modern research has found that some of these plants contain compounds with antibacterial properties. The stick was not merely a primitive toothbrush. In some ways, it was a small chemical toolkit growing directly from the earth. This is where the story becomes more interesting. Because ancient humans were not waiting for science. They were conducting experiments. Generation after generation,